They say dreams are private. A space no one else can enter. But what if that wasn't true? What if there was someone who could appear in your dreams, even if you'd never met? What if the same person appeared to people in Brazil, Russia, the US, Japan, and South Africa, all describing the exact same face, a bald man with thick eyebrows, wide eyes, and a strange, eerie smile? That's exactly what began to surface in 2006, when a New York psychiatrist shared a sketch drawn by his patient, a man she saw repeat. At first, people thought it was a hoax, a made-up urban myth, but the stories kept coming. The man appeared in different scenarios, standing at the end of long hallways, whispering in forgotten languages, offering poisoned food, or just staring from a dark corner. Some said he guided them, others said he chased them. Most said he never spoke. Just watched. Quietly. Some even claimed he would smile when they realized they were dreaming. That recognition, that awareness, made it worse. Because how could? Then came theories. Psychological ones said he was a symbol, a shared archetype, maybe something coded into the collective unconscious, a term Carl Jung coined to describe symbols we all carry deep within us. They called him the trickster, the shadow, the inner guide. But others believed he was more. That he wasn't a dream at all, but a traveler. A being that lives in the liminal space between waking and sleeping, between life and death. Some called him a god. Others, a parasite. But the more people. And it didn't stop there. After his face went viral, something unusual happened. People began to report new dreams about him, people who never had them before. The image itself became a gateway. Just seeing the sketch, they said, made him appear. A teenager in the UK reported having a seizure after dreaming of him 4 nights in a row. A man in Chile swore the dream turned lucid, but that this man wouldn't let him wake up. Others began hearing his name whispered before sleep, not this man. Science, of course, offered explanations. Pareidolia, our brain making patterns from randomness. Cryptomnesia, remembering something subconsciously after seeing it once. Mass suggestion, the internet tricking us into collective false memories. But skeptics fell quiet when older reports surfaced, predating the internet, predating the original 2006 post. Diaries from the 1980s, drawings in psychiatric hospitals, even notes from World War II soldiers, all mentioning a similar face, a similar man. But here's where things take a darker turn. Some dreamers report that once they've seen him once, they can't stop. He becomes a recurring figure. Sometimes weeks go by. Other times he returns night after night. They say he watches. Waits. Grows closer. One woman described him standing in a crowd of faceless people, and every night, one of those people gains a face, until only this man remains. Another man says he once saw this man smiling at him in a dream, then saw that same face. What is he? A shared hallucination? A trick of the mind? Or a signal, a message from somewhere else? Some believe he's a guardian, warning us of danger. Others believe he's an invader, breaking through from somewhere we don't understand. But what if it's simpler? What if we created him, and now we can't forget him? Like a virus made of thought. A consciousness that was born not in a lab, but in our minds. And once enough of us believe, he becomes real. Not in the physical world, but in the only one. Because in dreams, time means nothing. Rules don't apply. You don't need a body to exist there. You just need fear, memory, attention, and belief. And if you've ever dreamed of a man with no name, if you've ever felt watched, even behind closed eyes, maybe you've already seen him. Maybe you just don't remember. Yet. But if you see him again, don't talk to him. Don't accept what he offers. Don't follow. Because in your dreams, you may not be the one in control. Some doors, once opened, never close. I used to laugh at people who believed in curses, haunted furniture, or spiritual signs. I always thought fear was just an overactive mind trying to explain what it doesn't understand. But that changed one night, completely. It started with something so small I almost ignored it, a coat rack. A few weeks ago, I bought an old coat rack from a second-hand store. Wooden. Worn out. Scratches running down one side like fingernails had once dug into it. I brought it home thinking nothing of it, just a practical item to hold jackets by the door. But that first night, I noticed something off. The coat rack wasn't where I left it. It had moved slightly, not a lot, just enough to feel wrong. I thought maybe I bumped it. Brushed it while walking past. The next morning, I found a note tucked behind its base. A crumpled piece of paper, stained at the edges. On it, scribbled in shaky handwriting, were only 6 words: "Do not keep it inside overnight." At first, I thought it was a joke. Maybe the store owner messing around. I crumpled the note and tossed it. But the next night, I swear to you, I heard creaking. Like someone shifting weight, slowly. Like the coat rack was breathing. It made no sense. I stood up, turned on every light, and stared at it. And it stood there, wooden and still. Empty. Silent. But I couldn't sleep. Something about it bothered me. I dragged it to the backyard just in case. In the morning, it was back inside the house. Near the front door. No one else has the keys to my place. No one lives with me. I felt sick. That day, I checked the rack. Closer. In the grain of the wood, deep under the layer of age and dust, I saw carvings. Faint, ancient-looking symbols. Circles, slashes, something like an eye. I felt cold just touching it. That night, I didn't move it. I sat up with it. Facing it. Watching it. I wanted to prove to myself that I was sane, but sometime after 3 a.m., I dozed off. I don't remember falling asleep. Only that when I woke up, it was right next to me. I mean right next to me. Inches from the couch. One of the hooks had turned slightly, pointing down. Aiming at me. I panicked. I snapped it in half. I tossed it outside into the trash. Then I locked every door. Every window. I didn't sleep that night. I didn't sleep the next night either. I had security cameras installed. New locks. New lights. I told myself it was over. It wasn't. A week later, I got another note. No envelope. Just folded paper slid under the door. It said, in the same shaky writing, "You broke the seal. It follows now." I froze. I didn't understand. Still don't. But since then, I've been watched. Not by people. By something. Reflections linger too long. Lights flicker when I enter rooms. My sleep is broken every night at 3:11 a.m. I hear a soft knock, always 3 taps. Always from inside the walls. And sometimes, I see something in the hallway. Tall. Thin. Where the coat rack used to stand. If I could go back, just once, I wouldn't bring that thing inside. I wouldn't ignore the note. I wouldn't pretend it was a joke. Sometimes, we invite things in. Sometimes, they never leave.